Hi, Mom. Frankie's not here. He's waiting in the kitchen for treats. Frankie's not here. He's waiting in the kitchen for treats. I don't think anybody else is on right now. Him and Macy are in the kitchen thinking they're going to get something. He'll be back though. Hi, Jen. I'm just waiting for a few more people to sign in and we'll just chat. Couple people on so far. Is there anything specific you'd like me? I planned on doing the WPlus 9. Can you guys see that? Autumn Blessings. Just coloring it while we chat. Is there anything else specific you'd like to see? Okay. Jen is actually lives about 20 minutes away from me. Oh, that was quick. Do you guys want to see Copic coloring, or do you want to just color and chat? Do you guys want to color along? How do you guys want to do this? Okay, I guess, unless I'm not chat and color. That's my mom, everybody. Hi. Okay, so I guess I'll just color. I'm not going to do any kind of crazy card or anything, not like I ever do. It's mostly just coloring. But if you missed it, I'm going to be using the Autumn Blessings because I'm a little too late. It's winter now, but I've been wanting to color this, so I figured I'll just do something simple and we can just chat. Hello. Hi. Okay, so I'm going to have to flip my phone around to record the coloring, so it might get a little bit of crazy. It might get dizzy, so close your eyes for a second. Whoa, I dropped you guys. All right, can you guys see that? Okay, perfect. So this is a pretty big image. So I want to have this banner in front of this. So I'm going to stamp my banner and I'm going to mask that out first. All right, I use, as you guys probably know, I use a blackout ink by Ink on 3 normally to do my stamping for Copic coloring. Have you guys tried any other kinds of ink? I know Memento is a big one. I think that was pretty much the original one. All right, mine is in the living room, so I'm going to use the Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. Let's do it this way. I don't know what just happened there. This is the first time I've ever done a live, so I don't know whether that happened to you guys, whether it skipped out. Do you have different type of alcohol markers, or are you just starting to build your Copic collection? Hey, how are you? It takes a while. I got my first Copics. I've been wanting Copics forever. And I saw a deal on eBay in July of last year where I got a Copic, the blending trio, and it was blues, and I got it for like $10. So I figured I'll try them. If they're as good as everybody says, then I will build my collection further. And they were as good as everybody said. So I started going crazy bidding on eBay and everything to try to build my collection. It's kind of slowed down now because it's expensive, but I got a pretty good base collection. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Sarah. Jen, you're so close you could come over and borrow mine. I did get addicted, that's for sure. I tried the Sharpies, and that was mainly for 2 reasons: being cheap, and I thought that, you know, Kathy Rakusin can do it, so why can't I? Yeah, I'm not Kathy Rakusin. Yes, I have a long Christmas list. That's my mom, everybody, if you're just joining. Donna, that's my mom. I'm going to use my Misty for this. I have kind of cords everywhere, so bear with me. Yeah, I do the same thing. Once I got a pretty good base collection, yeah, she's from East Greenbush, Jen. Once I got a pretty good base collection, as far as, you know, having some blues, some reds, some pinks, I kind of slowed down and got individual ones to kind of fill in order to be able to blend what I had. In the beginning, it was just, I got my hands on whatever I could get my hands on. I had Spectrum Noirs, and I had the originals, and they are super old. In fact, I'll bring some out and you can see, because I guess they've changed them like twice. These are the Spectrum Noirs that I have. And I don't have the whole collection, so maybe that was some of my problem as far as being able to blend. I didn't care for the nib. I don't know whether you guys can see that, but the nib on mine just isn't very good quality. It got kind of like frayed, and so I couldn't get into fine areas. But I think they blend nicely. I just didn't have, you know, a big enough collection to be able to work with them that well. I've heard that they've changed a lot. I know that some of them come with the brush nib now. I know this is a little crooked. Let me try to fix this a little bit. That's a little bit better. Can what be replaced? The Spectrum Noirs? Yeah, I heard the newer version is a lot better. I still have my Spectrum Noirs. They sit in a bin underneath my little cart there, and I don't use them much. I may pull out one every once in a while if I don't have a Copic color specifically that I'm looking for, but I don't use them all that often. Now, what are the new ones called? Like the Illustrator markers or something like that? It could be my internet. If Jen will probably know because she probably has the same internet as me. It's no good around here. But and do you have the whole collection of them? Or, you know, a good amount? Oh, okay. So you're starting out, but you still have a good amount there. So I'm just going to color these flowers like sunflowers. So as you guys, if you've ever watched my videos, which I'm sure most of you have if you're here, I start off with my lightest color and map out my darkest areas. So I'm just going to start coloring. If you guys have a question, just pop it up there. For the Spectrum Noirs, I would use them the same way as, you know, everybody uses Copics. You know, so I always start off with my lightest color. And for two reasons. Number one, if you make a mistake where you want to put your shadows, you can cover up your lightest color. And it saturates the paper. So a good reason why you may not be getting a good blend is the paper that you're using. I always use Nina Solar White. Thank you so much. Yeah, I always use Nina Solar White. I have very little bleeding no matter what ink I use. Like I said, I've always used the Intense Black ink by Simon Says Stamp, and then Ink on 3 had reached out to me to try their ink, and I pretty much switched over. The Intense Black is still great, but once I needed it to be replaced, I just didn't replace it, and I just stuck with. Is that any better? Yeah, they're definitely expensive. And then it's hard to see which ones you want to get next. Like I made a list, my mom was saying, I made a list of the colors that I want for Christmas, and it's hard to tell. Do you guys have the hex chart? It's still blurry? I think that's probably going to be the best I can get right now. Okay. Yeah, I usually order mine from Blick. I think that has the best deal, and they usually offer free shipping over like $30, I think it is, or $35. Yeah, I carry the hex chart around too. I went to a stamp show, or a crafting show, I should say, over the summer, and I brought my hex chart with me. But they were actually really expensive there. They were like $8 a piece or $9 a piece or something. It was a little crazy. And so many colors are so similar to one another that you don't need to own them all. I still want to, of course, but you don't need to own them all. I found that a lot of the ones that I've gotten are so similar to one another that it was kind of just a waste to get some of the ones that I have already. I'm doing my shading on the top and the bottom of the petals because I want them to look like they're kind of like bowed out a little bit. That's a good way to do it too. The Hobby Lobby near me doesn't have the best selection in the world. There is so many to choose from, but if you start off, the ones that you're gonna use the most are gonna be the grays. Either you don't need the cool grays and the warm grays to start off with, just choose one. I would probably recommend the cool grays and just practice with them. See if it's something that you want to invest in, and the colorless blender, of course, yes. But see if it's something that you want to invest in. So if you get a few cool grays, you can color black and white images and just practice with them. Get the feel of them because they are completely different than anything that I've ever tried. I've never tried the Copic app. I've heard about it, but I've never actually tried it. I should download it, but I have so many apps on my phone already that I don't have room for much else. Oh, you can keep your inventory on there? Oh, then I'll have to try that then, for sure. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Honestly, I wanted to take classes. There's nothing around me to take classes at, but I honestly just learned how to color by watching everybody else on YouTube. My mom tried to use my Copic markers, and she threw a little bit of a hissy fit when she couldn't get them to, get them to look perfect, and she hasn't tried them since. The first time I picked up the Copic markers, I thought that I was fabulous. But now looking back at what I did, it's not something I would share. Frankie is probably in the kitchen waiting for treats still, because he'll sit there for hours. I've heard the Kitten Clouder, I think that's how you say it. Their class is very good, and of course Sandy Allnock. Oh yeah, right where I hold the marker, I have alcohol wipes right next to me, because especially when I use reds, if I'm recording and I come back to you guys, you're gonna think that I'm like bleeding everywhere. It's pretty bad. I also get it all over my mat too, where I have my caps. It always leaves little rings all over it. So I always have to clean that with alcohol too. Nothing wrong with that. That's how I am with certain YouTube channels. I never watched that one. No, it's not just you. I haven't bought any of her classes either. I watch pretty much every video she puts on YouTube, but I haven't actually taken any of her classes. Primarily because I guess I just don't have the time. No problem. That's how we learn. Yeah, I'm part of the Facebook group, the Copic Scoop. I don't know whether you guys are a part of that group. I didn't know she had classes. I'm not familiar. Right Home. Is that a YouTube channel or a class? Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to check her classes out. She's so nice. She comments on everybody's photos and everything when in the Copic Scoop Facebook group. Hi, Gail. So I'm going to switch over to some leaves. How do you guys, for those of you who have anything, not just Copics, but anybody who uses pencils or Spectrum Noirs, how do you store them? Thank you, Nikki. Do you store them like in a bin or tin? Okay. Because I have these little, well, you guys, if you guys saw my craft room tour video, the things that hang off the IKEA cart. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I put them by color family. I'm starting to run out of room though, so I think I have to come up with something new pretty soon. Have you guys ever traveled with them? Well, that's not too bad. 75 is a good amount. Oh, good. Some of you guys are getting the packages already. I know the post office can be a little bit behind this time of year. I know some people are still waiting on their Simon kit. What do you mean, Mom? Jen, yours went out a day late because I didn't have a box, an extra box. So yours went out the day before, the day after. So you should probably get yours tomorrow. I do have all of the tracking numbers, but the receipt was probably about 3.5 miles long. So I didn't email them all to you because it only goes by zip code. So if you guys don't receive it by the end of the week, send me an email and I'll specifically look up that tracking number for you. Yeah, IKEA has so many good storage solutions. It's a drive for me. It's about 2.5-hour drive, but I was able to get pretty much my entire craft room in one trip. It didn't freeze on my end, Mom. Maybe it's Spectrum. Yes, I'm starting to increase the amount of refills that I have too. So I'm definitely gonna need something for my refills too, because they're kind of overflowing already. I still need more of those though. Yeah, you have to put everything together, but it's not difficult because I did all of the assembly by myself. Stupid me, I assembled everything in my craft or my living room and had to slide it in my craft room, which is luckily on the first floor. But still, that was not smart. Well, this is the third craft room I've had in this house. I've lived in my house for 4 years, and I started to, yes, you did. Yep, it's on its way, Barbara. I started off in the smallest room in the house. Then I moved on to the medium-sized bedroom, and now I'm in the second to largest bedroom. My bedroom is the largest, so that'll probably be next. Do you guys have your own craft room or craft area? That's how I used to be when I first started crafting. Yeah, you'll run out of room fast, but it takes a while to build up everything else. If you subscribe to card kits, monthly card kits, that's a great way to, if you're just starting out, to kind of build your inventory a little bit. You're at least going to get a stamp set every month. You're guaranteed to get a stamp set every month. Sometimes, depending on which one you subscribe to, depends, on what your taste is. Well, it depends. If you are looking to, I get 3. Well, I get 2 and sometimes 3. I don't always get the Hero Arts, my monthly hero kit. I will purchase them like a one-off if it's something that I absolutely need to have. I get the Simon Says Stamp card kit, and I've been getting that for probably 5 years, nonstop. And they have, especially the last 6 months or so, their kits are amazing for the amount that you get in the kit. They give you the large stamp set. Sometimes you get 2 stamp sets. Sometimes you get a background stamp. Sometimes you get distress oxides. They're jam-packed full of stuff. I also naturally get the Scrapping for Less one because I'm on the Scrapping for Less design team, and that's a great one too. You get different collections with that one. So you'll get, I know I'm not really coloring, but I can't multitask apparently. So it's Scrapping for Less. So what they do is they have 4 different collections, and there's 2 different level kits. One's a little bit cheaper than the other. And if you get the banana split level, you'll get basically an extra collection. Each collection comes with its own pattern paper, its own stamp set, and different embellishments, and always sequins in an envelope in each collection. So you're going to get 4 of those, and every month is a different theme. We have a blog hop the last Saturday of every month, so you can kind of see what's in the kit. And you'll see it on my blog too. If you guys go over to my blog the last Saturday of every month. Yes, flavor of the month. Yep. Hi, Roberta. I've never tried the Love from Lizzie. I've wanted to, but, you know, finances, you have to kind of pick and choose. Thank you. Regardless of what kit, if you guys do decide to get a kit, regardless of which one you get, and like I said, it all depends on personal preference. If you're into very pretty things, for the most part, I would go with Simon. If you're into sketching, or like the sketches and things like that with pattern papers and usually very adorable images, then I would go with Scrapping for Less. Those are the two I know most about. Scrapping for Less, you're going to build up your inventory faster because you're going to get a minimum of 4 stamp sets every month. And they're coming out with their own stamp sets too now. So it's a little bit, you're not going to get, I mean, you may get a Lawn Fawn in there, you may get a Sunny Studio in there, but 99% of the time they're exclusive for Scrapping for Less. So you're not going to get something that you already have. Yes, I saw that too. That's another one that I want to get. I'd have to get a whole separate job just to keep up with my crafting addiction. Yeah, you definitely have to feel comfortable where you craft. You guys like watch TV while you craft or listen to music? Yeah, I'll have to check that out because I do like Brutus Monroe, definitely. Oh, audiobooks, that's a good one. I didn't know about the Technique Tuesday. Cheap, I like cheap. Alexa is your best friend. Yes, so if you subscribe to the Simon kit, it's $5 cheaper than if you just purchase it like a one-off. And I think it's the 14th of every month, they show you what's in the kit, everything that's in the kit. They'll have a YouTube video and they'll, I think it might be on their blog too. And then you have like 3 days to say or whether or not you want to opt out for that month. If you don't want to opt out, you don't have to do anything. But if you do want to skip that month, you just email them and they'll take you off for that month. I've never skipped out on one. I've always been very happy with what comes in the kit. And even if it's something that's not my style, it kind of forces me to go outside my comfort zone. Yeah, Hero is a great kit. There's so many right now. There used to be, Simon used to be like the only one that did it. And I know MFT has one now. And I don't think that's subscription based. I think that's just, you purchase it if you want to purchase it. I usually get the Gina K too. Gina K Designs was actually the first stamp set that I ever purchased. And it's actually in one of those CD cases, so I don't remember who got it, but somebody is going to get my very first stamp set ever. I usually get my Simon kit the last week of the month, with the exception of this month, but that was not their fault. That was the post office delivering it to the wrong address. Not once, but twice. Oh my gosh, you do not. Are you serious? Oh no. Was anything damaged? That would have had to be the post office too. I don't know. I think it's because they hire all these temp workers this time of year. So they're either not fully trained or they just don't care. Yeah, a lot of people are having issues, definitely. How long have you guys all been crafting? Are you guys fairly new to it, or have you been doing it for a while? Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, like I said, I don't subscribe to the Hero Arts one, but I have purchased it as like a one-off. 3 years, just started. I have been crafting for, yeah, Sarah, they've been super late this year. And they'll give you the tracking number so you can kind of see what happened, because I know the post office held on to mine for about 6 days before they even shipped it, and then they shipped it to the wrong address twice. But I have been crafting for, I want to say, Mom, if you're still there, how long has it been? Like 6 years? Because I decided one year that I was going to save money and send out my own Christmas cards, make my own Christmas cards. So saving money turned into thousands and thousands of dollars years later. And I had no idea what I was doing. I went into Michael's. I'm like, okay, I need a paper trimmer. I need some pattern paper. What are these acrylic things hanging on the wall? I had no idea that they were even stamps. Other companies. So we have the Simon. We have the Scrapping for Less. Somebody mentioned Brutus Monroe, Hero Arts, Love from Lizzie, My Favorite Things. What are some of the other ones you guys mentioned? I think those are probably the top ones. If you're looking, Gina K, yep, that's right, Gina K. If you're looking for dies, I know Spellbinders does a monthly kit. Oh yeah, that's how I found the videos too. And then I think there was pretty much only one person who did videos, or at least, well, two. There was Stamp TV for Gina K Designs and Jennifer McGuire. And of course, you see what Jennifer McGuire can do, and it's like, yeah, I can do that. So you had to get everything she used in that video. Oh, wow, you've been doing this for a while too. Yep, I think YouTube is a great tool for everybody. Oh, I know. That's like a dream. Oh, that's true. That's true about the internet. Thank you. I have to be honest, I'm not really concentrating on it. I'm looking at you guys' comments are coming up in front of me, so that's pretty much what I'm what I'm concentrating on. I did make my own wedding invitations, and I guess that's how I got the crazy idea to make my own Christmas cards. But literally all I did was print them. I got a corner rounder and glued everything together and thought that I was super crafty. But really all I did was print it. But I guess that's how I got started. And I wanted, when you're first starting out, it takes a very long time to get all your supplies. So I saw heat embossing online or on YouTube, and hello. And I wanted to heat emboss. So I went out and bought my embossing powder, bought my Versamark, and looked at the heat tool, and I said, I'm not spending $25 on this heat tool. So I tried to use my hair dryer, my blow dryer. Don't do it. It just blows the embossing powder all over the place. So I ended up going out and spending the $25 on the heat gun anyway, but I tried. Yeah, Vicky's great too. Yep, embossing powder. Luckily, embossing powder is fairly cheap. The heat gun, you don't want to get a cheapy heat gun. I mean, I guess you could start off with one. That's what I started off with. Well, no, actually, I started off with my blow dryer. But then I started off with the cheap heat gun. I have the Wagner heat tool now, and I love it. It heats up super fast. It doesn't warp the paper very much. It gets super hot. Yeah, I think we all pretty much learn from Jennifer McGuire, and she kind of gets us hooked into this craft. Then you kind of find your style. I'm still into the clean and simple look, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not spending time on them. I just like the clean and simple. Yeah, Brutus Monroe embossing powders are amazing. Did I miss something? I must have missed that comment because you're all saying me too, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Hi, Michelle. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, typing class. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. Ah, comparing ages. You're so funny. Oh. Well, Mom, they can probably guess how old I am, so they could probably guess how old you are. 11 teen, I like that. My mom likes to tell people who she meets in person that she's 5 years older than she actually is, just so that somebody will tell her that she looks good for her age. Hi, Christine. You guys are all over the place. I was sending out those packages. You are all over. I am in, some of you guys can probably tell by some of the words that I say, I'm in New York. Yeah, by filling out those packages, I realized that a lot of you guys are not all that far away from me. I think I'm only about 20 minutes or so from the border of Massachusetts. Yes, I'm not in New York City though. I'm in more upstate New York near Albany. But I'm only about 2 hours away from the city. So if you ever go to the city, you let me know. That is true. That is very true. They forget about, well, they don't really say much about the rest of the state. anywhere else. Hi, Gail. That is true, Jen. I don't know where Frankie is. He must be out in the living room with Macy. You too, Roberta. I can see if I can go grab him. He was sitting outside of the room, waiting for me. So here's little Frankie's nose. This is my little assistant. Frankie is my little shadow, so that's why you see him in so many videos. He's got like separation anxiety or something. I've never seen a cat like this. He just needs to be with me at all times. He's on my lap snuggling me, so I'm not even seeing what I'm doing right now. And you can see here comes the cat hair all over everything. Anybody who has pets probably knows exactly what that feels like. Thank you so much. I'm really honestly not even paying attention. I'm more interested in chatting with you guys. Yeah, do you guys all know about Creativation, and is anybody going to it? So Creativation is this, oh yes, Christine will be there. It's basically a big, huge trade show in Phoenix every year. It's every company that you can possibly think of, everybody, you know, everybody's you know, Jennifer McGuire, Tim Holtz, everybody's going to be there. I've never been. This will hopefully, if everything works in my favor, this will be my first year going. So there'll definitely be more YouTube lives right from there, so you guys can hopefully see the demonstrations and stuff that's going on. I don't believe that it's open to the public. I believe that you have to be attached to some sort of company. So I know Christine's in here, and we're both on the Scrapping for Less design team. So that's how we're going. But I think that you may have to be attached to some sort of company. Frankie is 9 years old. And I have another cat, Macy, who doesn't really jump on the table much. She is 10 years old. Macy I got when she was only 5 weeks old. Frankie was 8 months. He was a rescue. Frankie doesn't make me stop coloring. He's more interested in seeing me color. He's laying on my one arm now, so I'm having a hard time removing this cap. Yeah, he's a rescue. Nobody wanted him because he hissed at everybody who came near his cage. But he is the sweetest cat in the world. He just hates cages. I still, to this day, can't get him into a cage. Even when I go to the vet, I have to carry him like a child. And I walk in and they call him a mama's boy because he's so attached to me. I love to chat with you guys. I will definitely do live videos while I'm there. I'm hoping that I'm still able to go. Life happens, you know, so I'm still hoping, I'm praying that I'm able to go. My plan is to go. I've been planning all year to go. So I will definitely do live videos if I'm there. He's such a good boy. He has epilepsy, so he needs medicine 12 hours apart, day in, day out. So he needs extra care. I didn't get a great impression when I stamped this, so I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm coloring. But we're just going to kind of wing it. Like I said, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing anyway. Thank you so much. You have a great night. So I think I'm going to just finish up this flower. Oh, that's how Frankie was. They tried to, I'd seen him several times. I actually saw him at a PetSmart. I had no intention on getting another cat at all. And I kept seeing him there, and he was there every time I went, and the lady kept trying to tell me how sweet he was. Every time he would look at me and hiss. I'm like, yeah, he seems sweet. But after about the 4th or 5th time I saw him there and he still wasn't being adopted, I decided to take him in as a foster. And I had him for about 2 weeks, and my father called me and said that he found somebody who wants to take the cat. And I said, well, no, they can't have him. So I've had him ever since. The Creativation is in January. It is January, I think it starts on the 17th and goes to the 21st. Nope, he doesn't hiss at all. He, ever, really. He'll hiss in his sleep sometimes. He has really vivid dreams, but that's pretty much the only time you'll ever hear him hiss. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I get to meet a lot of people that I've been chatting with online and through Facebook groups and through design teams and stuff, and I finally get to meet them in person. Oh, I'm glad I found him. It's in Phoenix, which my mom and dad will be also in Arizona, not in Phoenix at the same time. So I will be visiting them while I'm out there and kind of get 2 trips out of one. Yes, I'm looking forward to it a lot. I can't wait to meet everybody. There's so many different events going on. So I'm going to stop this for now. I'll finish up the card, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll actually have the card posted either tonight or tomorrow, and I'll actually finish it. I'm going to flip my camera around, so see if you guys have any additional questions. Frankie's still on my lap, so you can get a cute picture of, or look at his cute little face, and we'll do this again. This was a lot of fun. Oop, he just jumped down. So let me go grab him. Let me mount this. Close your eyes, you'll get dizzy. So, okay, so this is Frankie's face. You've seen his paws and whiskers. This is his face. Hey, Desiree. So I'm going to close out for now. Do you guys have any more questions or comments? Do you guys want to do this again? Yes, he is a sweetheart. Okay, so let's do this. It's super easy, but like I said, I didn't really pay too much attention to the coloring. I was more interested in chatting with you guys, so we'll definitely do it again. Maybe we'll do it like once every other week or so. It really isn't that difficult to do. We'll just pick something to make and just kind of chat as we go along. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, I'll post the card on Instagram either tonight or tomorrow, the finished product. That's how Frankie is. He attacks his sister all the time. All the time. Thank you, guys. Again, email me if you don't get those packages, and I'll look up the tracking number for you guys. I will definitely. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Christine.